Hello, this is Prophet AmbiGlow, and I'm just going to jump right into it. It's just an encouragement that God gave me this morning. Just because people are not eating the fruit that you bear does not mean that it is bad fruit. I'm going to say it again. Just because people are not eating the fruit that you bear does not mean that it is bad fruit. Whatever God has told you to do, if it was start a business, make content, write a book, publish the book, start whatever it may be. And you do it. And of course, in our disappointment of, oh, well, I thought God told me to do it and it was going to pop off, right? Like, I thought it was going to do good. God told me to do it. In our disappointment of it not happening, we can just stop. Like, we can literally be like, okay, God keeps telling me to do stuff and it's not like nothing's happening. One, it's most likely for your obedience and to see the faithfulness. It's more about your obedience than the people eating. And he's growing something in you. Of course, his ways are not our ways and his thoughts are not our thoughts, okay? So he's building something in you, whatever that may be. And you are just to be obedient in the thing that he has called you to do. And of course, this was given to me earlier this morning. So, like I said, I was going through the same like thoughts and everything. I'm not like speaking something that God isn't using to convict and correct me out of love. So I was wondering, I was like, Lord, is there something wrong with what I'm doing? Like, is it bad fruit? Like, genuinely, I'm like, am I producing bad fruit and that's why nobody's eating from it? But not you can't make people eat from your tree. I think of all of us as trees. This is how God was showing me this morning. All of us are trees. And God goes to Adam and Eve and he says, you can eat from any tree except this one. So I think of a whole garden filled with trees. Some trees are good fruit. Some trees are bad fruit. Some trees aren't bearing any fruit, you know. But you're doing what God has told you to do. God is the gardener. So he's been cutting, he's been pruning you, and you're like, oh my goodness, I'm going through this whole process and I'm doing this and I am producing fruit. And I want to say this because sometimes we can get this thought in our head where we have to like prove ourselves to people and be like, look, I'm producing fruit. This proves that I'm following God. You don't have to convince nobody that God is pleased with you. They will see it. If they see it and they think whatever they want to think, that's their problem, not yours. Okay? But you don't have to go to anybody and tell them, I'm following God, explaining yourself, doing all this. You don't have to do all of that. If they eat from your fruit, let them eat from your fruit. If they don't, they don't. And this is how God gave it to me this morning. I'm just going to read this. God is pleased that fruit is growing. So if you're producing, whatever God has told you to produce, if it's in the business, you're, I don't know, writing books, making, anything that God has told you to do, putting out content, and you feel that nobody's coming to watch, nobody's coming to listen, whatever that may be, God is pleased that fruit is growing. He didn't say people had to eat it. In season, you may be hidden in the corner of the garden. Change comes and your fruit falls to the ground and was never eaten. That doesn't make the tree any less valuable. You're doing what you're supposed to. Keep making your fruit. Don't stop because no one is eating. Someone may come eventually and see what you have been faithful to produce. Produce it because it is what you do. Eventually, someone is going to eat and say to another person, there's a tree over in the back corner lot that is so good, you have to try it. And it'll be with no marketing. Marketing being, you don't have to go out and convince people to buy your fruit. Because if you think about it, I was thinking about it earlier, and I also wrote this. It's in Proverbs where it says, don't cast your pearls to pigs or something like that. In trying to convince yourself that you're worthy of people eating your fruit, you can unintentionally and unknowingly give your fruit to the wrong people. And you're wasting fruit that could just go, like, could be going to, like, it could be going to a person that actually needs it, but you're constantly pouring into somebody who is not even grateful, gonna try and manipulate you and convince you that you're not who you say you are. You know what I'm saying? So be careful in who you're marketing your fruit to. But if God has you in a season where you are hidden, just be faithful to what he has told you to produce. And in season, when God shows the people, like when God releases you and tells somebody, he's going to lay it in somebody's spirit. He's going to be like, go to this person. They're going to try your fruit, and then they are going to be the ones to go to somebody else and be like, hey, this person is real. Like, they really got it. Let God do the marketing. Okay? Let God do the part that you can't do. It's in season. Okay? We know fruit is seasonal. You know, yeah, that's all I want to say. I'm just going to leave it there. And I knew it was so amazing because after I was done writing, I was going into prayer, and God had laid some people to pray for in my heart to pray for. And I was like, I'm just going to go to Psalms, and I'm going to just read from Psalms and pray over these people. Of course, I go to Psalms 1. I was not thinking about this verse at all, but Psalms 1 verse 3, of course. I read it and I started crying. I was like, it says, that person is like a tree planted by streams of water, which yields its fruit in season and whose leaf does not wither. Whatever they do prospers. Whatever you're doing, whatever you're producing, you are prospering. Whatever you are doing, you are prospering. The numbers does not mean that you are prospering. It's the fact that you are even producing fruit that is what you are prospering in. You are a wonderful tree. You are a valuable tree that is still producing good fruit. Just because people aren't eating from you does not take away your value. You are prospering. And in season, your fruit is being produced, and God will be glorified. I love you. That's all for this word. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.